All right, it's another broadcast of the Ebony Star Network. Tonight we have GentCulture. Thank everybody for showing up, showing out last night. We didn't have ladies' night, but we did go gangster last night on you guys. So we appreciate you guys showing up, showing out. And let's give our best well wishes to Dame Frankie so she gets better. Now we're getting ready to go into this Gen Culture. It's been a while since I talked to you brothers. No, I don't like what I'm hearing. You know, this swirling thing, this not wanting to be black thing. But we're going to talk about it here on Gen Culture. We're going to see if we can set the record straight, right? Because after all, our business is turning guys into men with respectability, making them gentlemen, decent husbands, decent fathers, right? All right, so that's what's up for you today. It's Gen Culture, everybody. Let's lay back and get it going. All right. Other than the Black Knights, and this is Gent Culture. For those of you who are new to this show, it's where we teach black men how to be gentlemen, how to be good, upstanding men, and how to be decent and good fathers. But before we can get to the latter, you have to be a decent person first. Now, there's a couple of things I want to get into today. Loyalty is a big one. If you look at the title really is about loyalty. Say it loud, I'm a black woman and I'm proud. Say it loud, we black woman and we proud. And the reason why I say the black woman is because for a black man, there shouldn't be any option other than the black woman. If you have an option in your mind that is different from the black woman, then you clearly don't understand family. You don't know what a family is. You don't know how to make a family. Okay? And you clearly are disrespecting our history in this country. You got a problem with that too. When I hear black men, brothers, so-called brothers, sit there and talk about they're judging people by the content of their character, that's just an excuse for you to swirl. You don't believe that no more than there's a man in the moon. You just say that to try to defend the fact that you are treacherous with your options. I mean, your preference. You're a traitor. And you have no will to be loyal to the black woman. You have the most beautiful woman in the world. Why on earth you don't want to be with her? You don't want to show her loyalty. But you want her to be under your full command, right? You guys got the nerve to say that you want women to submit, but yet you can't stay loyal. You should be proud to be about your black woman. If you were about your black woman today, life would be much different for you. It'll most certainly be better. Now, when you sit up here and you say all of these things, right? Like black women are in control of this and that when it comes down to having sex, or she's playing the game or whatever. You have to understand who the people are who are telling you these things. Some of them are ex-pimps. Some of them are crazy. Some of them are disingenuous. Can't stay loyal. If you got a guy that's teaching you game on a Mac level, that man can't be loyal to a woman. He's telling you that by teaching you all of these things. Has it ever dawned on you that this guy can't be loyal? Because he's teaching you all of these moves, telling you all these things to say to keep the woman confused, to play with her mind. Has it ever dawned on you what type of person that man is? Because if he has the so called answers, right, to where you could pick up women at will, has all of these sayings and all these things you should do, then clearly he can't be faithful or loyal to his woman. A married man wouldn't get out here and teach you the ways of the Mac. And why would you want to become a Mac anyway? A Mac is a loser. So you guys got to understand something. You don't really have any positive status about yourself today. Nobody wants to give you any respect. And just about every day, you do something to show people that you don't deserve respect. Now, here on GentCulture, gentlemen will always win out. Some people say it don't matter what type of man the black woman is with. Oh, it does matter. So you have to make your mind up, right? What kind of woman do you want? Do you want a woman that you had to do all of this game to get? Like you had to say all of these things, you had to make all of these moves to try to get this woman? You really want a woman like that? A woman that's so called in the game with you? If you did all that together, what is it going to take to keep us? It's going to be even double that, right? Because if you running that game, don't you think she's running game on you too? So both of y'all running game on each other. What kind of relationship is that? I'm gonna tell you guys something. And if you're smart, you will make this a part of you on a daily basis. When you're dealing with women, you always have to think about love. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to tell you guys, love is going to rule the day with a woman. Here's another thing, too. A lot of you guys try to separate love and a relationship. You can't have a relationship without love. If you say, yes, you can, we got a good financial relationship, you're having a financial arrangement. That's not love. At the end of the day, when you're dealing with a woman, it's going to be about love. She's going to want all them other things too, because that's expected of you, right? You chased her, right? So if you get her and she gives you the attention, then there are things that she's going to expect from you. So that's why those things are never talked about when she turned around and tell you she wants more. She wants love too. And you say, okay, well, what you think I've been doing? I've been paying bills. I've been putting food on the table. Yeah, you're expected to do that. You're a man. You are expected to take care of your kids. You are expected to take care of your wife and protect your wife and your children. You are expected to put food on the table. All these things are expected of you. And you still have to give your wife love, or she's going to want to leave. Not many women will stay in a place where they're not receiving any love from their mate. Now, you guys have to make a decision. When you listen to guys like Alpha Male Strategies, right? That dude is a hustler. A lot of the stuff he's talking about isn't even true. And how do you know? Has he verified to you that he has sex 9 times in one day with a woman, with many different types of women? When you listen to what this guy talks about, right? It's always about him having sex. He don't never tell you exactly how to treat a woman. Have you noticed that? He tells you all of these things that you can do to try to get her, and he would never teach you anything respectful towards a woman, or anything that could be perceived as respect towards a woman. That goes against his code. That's why he always calling them hoes. And so you adopt that negativity as well. It becomes a part of your life, right? You address the women as hoes. So you can't dress a woman properly. He can't address a woman properly. So now what? A woman is supposed to answer you when you are obnoxious, when you are calling her out of her name, so called introducing yourself. What up, ho, isn't a proper introduction. What up, chick, isn't a proper introduction. You don't introduce yourself like that unless you're a teenager. And you know what? And that's another thing, too. Many of you dudes think like a juvenile. And it shows. You don't have much. You don't own anything. You aren't interested in owning anything. See, as a black man, you're supposed to stick your chest out as far as it can go because you have a black woman to come home to. You're supposed to be proud of that. You should be proud to be with a black woman. And what kills me is you guys want these Beckys, you want these Karens, right? But the Beckys and the Karens, they want to be like black women. I mean, do you notice that? Have you sat there and heard your Becky say if she had the money, she would get black girl surgery? So what is that telling you? You're the only dumb person that's walking around here that don't understand how blessed you are. The black woman is so highly sought after that the white man and the Asian man don't even want their women anymore. They're going after black women. Why? Because they want to further their race. You got Chinese men in Africa going after African woman after African woman. You got white men here in the States, one black woman after another. And what are you fools doing? Acting like high school dropouts, dressing like high school dropouts, talking about a woman hit the wall or some shit. What is that supposed to mean anyway? You know, I grew up with some real dudes, man. We never talked about a woman hitting a wall. What is that? Hell, if you would have said it to us back then in those days, we probably would have thought along the lines that maybe she got injured. Or maybe she was riding the bike and the brakes didn't work and she ran into a wall. But we would have never thought about the way you guys mean it today. You mean it to demean the woman. You want to tell the woman that she has no worth anymore. She hit the wall, so she's not even wanted by men because she so called hit the wall. What kills me is a lot of you dudes don't even have any women. Y'all have been talking about, well, she hit the wall. What wall did you hit? Because you don't even have a girlfriend. And some of you who are saying this are in your 30s and never been with a woman before. So what wall did you hit? What kind of wall is that? Do we call that a wall too? Over 30 and never been with a woman before? What wall is that? You're saying she hit the wall in her 30s. She's saying that you're in your 30s and you never had a girlfriend before. You've never even been with a woman. So what's worse? Her hitting some make believe wall, or you over 30 and has never been with a woman before? What if the black woman start walking around here, right? And say that you hit the weirdo wall, or you hit the pedophile wall, or you hit some kind of sex offender wall because you're 33 and you've never been with a woman before. I mean, think about that, right? Hitting the wall as a woman or being a male who's 33, 35 and has never been with a woman before. But on social media, talking about the black woman hit a wall. I've had guys on this panel in their 30s talking crazy about black women, but they've never been with a woman. And they claim they're not homosexual. But they've never been with a woman. No wonder guys like Alpha Male Strategies and Red Supreme are making a killing off you guys. You've never been with a woman before. I say, yo, I think that's worse. I mean, y'all sitting up here talking about the black woman is the least desired. She hit the wall. But you ain't never been with a woman. So how are you up here saying anything? I don't understand that. I'm not even sure how you guys can even show your face or your avatar anywhere talking crazy about women and you've never been with one. I mean, that's some fucking audacious type stuff there, man. That's some bold stuff. Guys like Dolomite and Black Republican who never been with a woman coming into places talking crazy about a woman. How you gonna talk crazy about someone that you've never been with? And it's not even the fact that you haven't been with the woman you talked about. You haven't been with any women at all. Blow up dolls don't count. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not against blow up dolls. Some of you dudes need blow up dolls because you're maniacs. And if you didn't have a blow up doll, you'd probably go out there and kill somebody. So I'm definitely not against blow up dolls. Get you a blow up doll if you can't get a woman. As a black man, you should be proud to be with a black woman. Say it loud. You're a black woman and you're proud. I know I am. Now, here's the thing. One thing I notice about you guys, you don't know how to love women. You think sitting here listening to these failures in life tell you all of these crazy things that isn't going to work with a woman. They never work because they don't work for them. The stuff that they're telling you to do don't work for them. So what makes you think it's going to work for you? And if a guy is teaching you to disrespect women, then he's not teaching you anything at all. And if you pay money to listen to these teachings, you should go get your money back. See, nothing is going to happen, fellas, until you build yourself the right way. It's not about what the woman is doing. It's not about her hitting the wall. It's not about these fake womanizers. At the end of the day, it's about you. You have to build yourself the right way. To do that, you need the right information. Paying money to listen to a guy tell you that you'll never get a woman if you're not afraid of being alone. Right. If you are afraid to be alone, you'll never get a woman. So you're paying a guy money to tell you something like that, thinking that's going to fix you. So you gather all your strength together, your mental strength, to say, okay, I am no longer afraid of being alone. Great. Now you're alone. Week goes by, month goes by, 6 months has passed. You're still alone. The last 6 months, you haven't even attempted to talk to a woman. That's why you got to watch who you're talking to, who you're listening to. You have to really watch who you're listening to. Those guys tell you guys things that just don't happen. I don't know any. I never heard of a man having sex with women to the tune of 9 in one day. That's absurd. And then we listen to this guy, right? All he does is have sex. There's really no conversation with the woman other than, yo, what's up? You come on, let's do this. So all I can think of is this. If that's the way the encounters are going, then he must be going to prostitutes. Now, I'm not saying that there ain't a woman out there who's a nymphomaniac, but 9 times out of 10, he's dealing with prostitutes. You know how hard it is to meet a girl and have sex with her the same day? You know how hard that is? Especially if the woman has some dignity about herself. Now, I know you guys have heard fairy tales, right? About guys having sex on the first date. But in real life, that really don't happen that much. That's a rare occurrence. women usually don't put out on the first date. Okay, some women don't put out for a while, and so you got some dude. So if a guy telling you, right, that every woman he's meeting in a span of 12 hours, he's having sex with, he must be paying for prostitutes. Where did he find 12 women in one day to have sex with? See, you guys are very gullible, right? And so when you're 30, okay, you think these guys don't pay attention to who you guys are mentally? They do. And when you show up on a platform and you tell people your age, you 33, and then we ask you, well, why do you hate black women? What's up with your wife or whatever, your girlfriend? And you say, well, I ain't never had a girlfriend. You never had a girlfriend? No, I've never been with women. What? You've never been with women. Are you saying all these choice things about black women? You see, when you say stuff like that, guys like Alpha Male Strategies and Red Pill Supreme and what's his face, Roger Allen Curry, they hear that too. And you sound like a big old pigeon to them. Somebody that can line their pockets. And your dumb ass go over, I'm sorry, and your unenlightened ass go over there to their websites and get caught up in the hype that they're selling. And then at the end of the day, you don't become better as a man. You just become a loyal customer. Somebody where they can ring it like a cash register and just take money. Red Supreme doesn't teach you how to be men. All he does is feed your desire to complain about women. And he makes money off of that. So as a black man, you should be proud that the black woman is your natural woman. And there should never be if you're a real black man, swirling should never be an option for you. You should be proud to be with a black woman. Say it loud. I'm a black woman and I'm proud. That's right. You should be proud. And when you're not proud, that's a reflection on how poorly you have been built or how poorly you have built yourself. See, because if you're built right, you don't swirl. If you're built right, then you're loyal. Your loyalty comes natural. Your loyalty is natural to your women and your children. Some of you aren't even loyal to the children that you have with the black woman. So the children, they get it too. Eh? Now, let's go back to this so-called wall thing. As a black man, what business is that of yours? Why are you in women's business? Why are you guys chirping and turking and cackling like hens? What, do you get all turned on when a rooster comes into the hen house? You get all hot and bothered when a rooster comes into the hen house? Well, if you do, you got issues. And I'm telling you, some of you guys are borderline the way you talk. The hatred that you spill out towards black women, and then the love that you give black men, kind of makes me think that you get all hot and bothered when the rooster comes into the hen house. So I tell you guys, don't worry about what the black woman is doing. You need to fix who you are. Once you fix who you are, the black woman will find you. You think black women don't know what good men are? They do. It's just that their loving nature and their trust gets them in trouble with some bad men, men that they should never trust. That's for another show. So you need confidence. First of all, you got to love the black woman first. If you don't love her, then don't even bother trying to get one as a girlfriend or a wife. Don't waste her time. Don't waste your time. Don't make her life miserable. Don't make your. If you don't love her, don't even bother. Because why do we black men pursue black women? We pursue them because we love them and we want them. I'm a man. I need somebody to protect. I need somebody to love. I need a woman. And we love the pursuit. Pursuing black women for their hand, either marriage or to get their attention to become a serious mate, that's fun. It's what makes you a man. We love the hunt. Getting turned down and all, that's a part of the hunt. Every black woman isn't going to say yes. That's a part of the hunt. We understand that. But if we get turned down, we don't use that as an excuse to destroy ourselves, right? By stewing in our own sauce, getting weaker and weaker mentally and emotionally until we want to hate the black woman so much that we want to do harm to her. Rejection is a part of the pursuit. So let's cut out this black woman hit the wall thing. What if she start talking about how you're all in your 30s, you've never been with a woman before? Which one you think is more embarrassing? Her hitting the wall or the fact that you're 35 and has never been with a woman? I don't even know how you on somebody's panel anyway. Talking about black women, you've never been with a woman. I don't get that one. But anyway, being proud of who you are. Why do I have a title that says, say it loud, I'm a black woman and I'm proud? Why do I have that title? What's in that title? Isn't that where you come from? You come from a black woman, right? Your mother was a black woman. Your sisters are black women. Your mate should be a black woman. I mean, this is an easy thing, isn't it? Why does it come so natural and easy to me, and you guys keep tripping over it? like it's the riddle of the Sphinx or the Rubik's Cube. We're not talking about Chinese arithmetic here. We're talking about a very simple feeling towards the opposite sex, right? It should be natural for you to love the black woman. It should be natural for you to be loyal to the black woman. If you're not, that's where your problems start. Do you know that non-black men are angry with you and mad at you and don't respect you because you don't respect your woman? You don't respect your black woman, and a lot of them want to be with black women. And here you are blessed. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to get some water. But getting back to what I was saying, right? They are mad at you because you don't respect your own woman. They don't understand that you have the most beautiful woman in the world. You don't love her. You don't respect her. So how do you think that relates to you as a man? What do you think that makes you look like? You don't look like a man who deserves any respect. Now, here's another thing too. Pimp culture is very destructive towards black women. Pimps may as well be monsters towards black women. They may as well be Godzilla, King Kong, Rodan, Ghidorah, the three-headed dragon. They may as well be all of those monsters towards black women. You should never side with a pimp against a black woman. If you do, then we have to question a lot of things about you. One, we have to question your courage to make sure you're not a coward. Then we have to question where your loyalty lies. Then we have to question on whether you're a real man or not, or you're just a boy trapped inside of a grown man's body. You know, we have to question you about these things. You should never side with a pimp. A pimp should be, right, the number one enemy. Why? Because they hurt black women. They exploit black women. They defile the womb of a black woman. They physically harm black women. Some even kill black women for something so trivial as being short $1. Somebody like that, you should be a mortal enemy to. And they should be afraid to show up in your neighborhood. They should never feel comfortable in your neighborhood doing the things that they do to women, and you're in that neighborhood too. They shouldn't feel comfortable. If they're in the neighborhood comfortable, then the men in that neighborhood are cowards. Here's another thing too, man. You guys got to have real jobs. Social media, calling yourself a scholar, whatever, doing shows. That's not a real job. You need a real job where you earn real money. and you need to earn something. I'm sorry, you need to own something. Many of you don't own anything. You don't own the cars you drive, and you pay rent in an apartment. I've said this before. You can't establish yourself as head of the household if you are renting an apartment. Then you're not the man. There's a man over you who has the final say. And unfortunately, that man controls you and your woman's destiny, you, your woman, and your children's destiny. He could put you out on the street. What's the rule in here? You got to get a homestead. That means you have to be able to provide a roof over the head of your wife and your children, a roof that you own and control. You can't walk around here doing things backwards, like paying for an expensive car and living in an apartment building where your rent is nearly $2,000 a month. That's a waste of money. That money's not doing anything for you. And the moment that you have an issue and you can't pay rent, you face being evicted. So when you bring women into that place, they can't even relax and nest in the environment because you don't own it. Well, I tell you guys, get you a small one family house, something you can afford. Start with that and you build your way up. Let your woman come somewhere where you own so she can properly nest in the environment. I'm a black man and I love the black woman. And I'm proud of that. I'm going to say it loud that I'm pro black woman and I'm proud. You guys who want to be passport brothers, you want to listen to evil people tell you all of these nasty things about the black woman and send you off in directions where you're not wanted. So you guys think y'all can just, you know, but as a black man, you should show how proud you are by the way you treat your woman. I said to you before, people should see, people should look at your woman and be able to tell how she's being treated. If you're treating your woman good and you loving your woman, you're doing the right things, it will show on her. It will show. We can look at her and tell if you're taking care of her or not. We can look at her and tell her if she's happy with you or not. We can look at her and tell if you're being mean to her or not. Your love, right, and your care, and right, and the way you provide whatever, that goes on the black woman like a wardrobe. And it's a wardrobe that we can see. But you have to fix yourself up. The first things you need to do, you have to secure financial resources. So if you need a job or whatever, you need a job first. It's got to be steady. And if it's a dead end job, I told you how to make them things work for you, right? I'm not going to talk about it here because that's going to be another show. But how to make dead end jobs work for you? You set a goal. You take so much money every week out of your paycheck and set it aside for a goal. Now all of a sudden it's not a deadbeat job. It's a job with a purpose. See, we'll talk more about that, but you got to secure financial resources. You also have to secure transportation, and you have to secure a homestead. And you have to own a homestead. You should never have another man over your wife with the power to say something to alter her destiny with you. That's a huge mistake because then your woman starts thinking she can't really rely on you. So these are the three things that you need right away: finances, transportation, and a homestead. Start there first. You know how, check this out. If you met a woman, right, and she seems nice and you like her and whatever, don't tell her right away. Then maybe 2 or 3 days down the line, you say, hey, well, I got my own house, my own car, my own money, whatever. And you'll see a certain facial expression that comes over her. You know, it's kind of internal. Pretty much she's thinking, God, like, yes, Lord, I got a man. They got his hair screwed on right. Now let me tell you what your job is. Okay. I don't care what you think you're supposed to be doing. What you really should be doing is displaying integrity and honor. You should be a good father to your children, a good husband to your wife, because ultimately that's how you're going to be measured. Now, you'll get some respect from me, but you'll get more respect if you were a father and a good husband. See, because men, we like to compare ourselves with fathers and husbands. We love hanging around those dudes. If we don't have children yet, we love hanging around the dudes that do got children because we learn. They're talking about how they raise their sons or their daughters, and we're listening. Those of us who don't have children and want to have children one day, we are listening. We need that information. Or he's been married for 20 years and he's telling you how. He stayed together 20 years with his wife and she's still happy. We need to know that information. Those are the kind of guys you hang around, guys you can learn something from to make you a better man. You should always be striving to be better. You should never accept. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm sorry. You should never accept satisfaction when it comes to building yourself. You should always be pushing, always wanting to be better. You know, noble men, noble fathers, when they raise their children, one of the things they tell their children is that I want you to be better than me. I want you to have more. I want you to be better. A father tells his son, I want you to be better than me. Be a better man than I was. So as a man, you should always be striving to be better. Because if you're always doing that, it'll become natural to you. The things that you need to do to be a better man will come easy to you. But you have to first establish the mindset first. There's nothing easy here. Stop listening to these fools who call themselves dating coaches. There is no easy road to a woman's love. There's no easy road to a woman's trust. You have to earn every step of the way. If you're planning on being serious, hold on one second, y'all. My bad. I'm doing two and three things at the same time. Wow. Shout out to Auntie, Brother Hassan, Remy Norris, save a few, Deacon Dave. Okay. So getting back to what I was saying, right? You you should be enthusiastic when it comes down to raising your children. For one, that's your legacy. Okay. Your legacy cannot continue without a black woman because she delivers the goods. She gives you the children that will carry on your legacy. See, that's not the reason why you should love the black woman as hard as you can, because she blesses you. Only she can give you young people that look like you to carry on your legacy. There's not a better gift in the world. And you should be enthusiastic about raising your children, right? Because you want them to be better than you. You want your sons to be better than you. My father used to tell us, I want you guys to do better than me, do better than I did, be a better man than me. So you can't be a better man. Okay. You can't teach your son to be a better man if you don't have a son. You can't teach anything to your daughter because you don't have one. Why? Because you don't have no black woman in your life that you love. You can only carry your legacy out through the black woman. So these are things that you need to keep in mind. Like I said, you should be enthusiastic to raise your children because you can't wait to see what they turn into. And you can guide your son to not make the mistakes you made, to have him make better choices than you, so he can be better and achieve more than you ever did. That makes a father proud when his sons do better. It makes him feel like he done his job correctly. Now, at the end of the day, it's not going to be about this garbage that you hear on social media. It's not going to be about who hit the damn wall and who's a nine and who's a 10 and all this bullshit. At the end of the day, if you don't have any love in your heart for the black woman, at the end of the day, you'll never have her. It takes love to get her. And people say, well, what about them other things? Other things like what? Being loyal, being faithful, taking care of my kid. Oh, you're supposed to do those things. That's expected of you. That's why I purposely didn't mention those things because I don't want you to think that that's something that you're not supposed to do. You are expected to be a decent person. You are expected to be a good husband. You are expected to be a good father. You are expected to take care of your children. That goes without question. But to get to that point, to be able to do those things that you're supposed to do what's expected of you need a black woman to give you the chance to do that. In order to get her, you got to love her. You don't love her, you won't get her. You have to start incorporating love into your everyday thinking. Stop letting these fools drive a wedge between you and the woman, the black woman you should be loving. Stop listening to these con artists. Stop putting money in their pocket so they can tell you some foolishness. Stop paying them to tell you foolishness. At the end of the day, I'm pro black woman and I love it and I'm proud of it, right? At the end of the day, you should be proud to love the black woman. You should wear the love for her on your sleeve so everybody can see that you love the black woman. I mentioned that we should be able to see how much you love her by just looking at her. You know what that does? It kills two birds with one stone because we don't have to look at you to see how much you love her. We already saw it in her. So understand it's about love. And at the end of the day, that's what it's going to take. And please stop with this hit the wall crap. You sound like a moron. The black woman hit the wall. What is that supposed to do for you anyway? Are your chances of getting any better? And getting a woman? Goddamn, leave that damn wall as this so-called wall. That's something you guys made up. And with that being said, I'm getting ready to shut it down. Okay. Let me bring in my partner here. Miss Frankie, come on in here.
Hello.
How you like the show today?
Okay. Okay. Although I don't know if he's still here, and Deacon is wanted to link. I guess he wanted to talk to you.
Nah, we don't do links on GentCulture.
GentCulture.
But what you can do is when I do another gangster talk, you can come up on gangster talk and then talk about what you want to talk about here or what you wanted to ask me. Okay, this is not a show to where I give links out. This is a show where I teach my young brothers and try to give them advice, of a black man who's been in a marriage for over 20 years, successful, got my own everything, you know, have a lot of understanding about women. I don't know everything, but I have a very, very strong understanding about women, black women. And I want to pass all that on and also give you some of the tools that you need to be a better man. Okay. So we don't do, I don't do any panels on this one. Okay. This show is purely for teaching my younger brothers and some of you old brothers who've gotten your way. Trying to help you brothers get back on the straight and narrow and start loving your woman, which is what you should be doing. All right. But if you want to, next time you see me on Gangster Talk, come on up. You can ask me all the questions you want. Go ahead, Dane.
Okay. All right. So you don't want to do the video and discuss it before you go?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Uh,
Oh,
you want
yeah,
to
yeah,
save
yeah,
the
yeah,
video
yeah,
for
yeah,
next
yeah.
time?
I want to show y'all something. Yeah, Dane, get it ready. Thank you for reminding me. Listen, a lot of you guys want to say that black women don't love black men, that they don't care about black men, right? Well, that's not true. There are many black women out there that will give their lives for you. I want y'all to see something.
Mhm.
Yeah, then you got it ready?
Okay. Before we do that, we gotta cover our bases
Uh-huh.
because it's not ours. All right. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright.
All
Yeah.
right. Fair use, fair use.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this tape, yo. Watch this.
All right. Let me get that. Uh, all right.
Then can you make it any wider?
I guess you're not as white just yet.
Okay, now, did y'all see that? Understand something. She don't know that this isn't real. Look at what she's doing. Okay, Dan, that's it.
I guess you're not as white just yet.
Okay, get it off. Okay, I still go hard in the paint, dog. Like I said, you can catch me on Gangster Talk. This show is for the brothers while giving them advice. The only time I have somebody on this panel is if it's some like a dire emergency. A brother's having a really, really bad problem, and he needs to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, this is for my brothers to learn about how to be men. So I preach that, and I talk to them about the guys that they're listening to, try to give them the best advice possible. But listen, getting back to this video, did y'all see that? She didn't know that that was a prank, or she didn't know that he was getting ready to propose. She thought that was real. You seen what she did? She shielded her man, got between him and the police officers. And she didn't know that this wasn't real. So she's going to put her life on the line to protect her black man. I never seen a Becky do that. I never see a Karen do that. I never see a white woman do that to a black man. And you say black women don't love black men, or black women don't care about black men. Did you not see this woman shield her man, her black man, with her own life? She thought those cops was real. And what kind of proposal is that? That's a dumbass proposal. Why would you put your woman in that kind of stress? Some people are dumb, man, when it comes down to, I mean, damn.
Yeah, yeah,
Damn.
yeah. I was like, wait. Why are you putting her where she's confronting cops, or she's trying to protect you from cops shooting? Cause it looked like they see you pulling stuff out your pocket or attempting.
Hmm.
Uh huh.
She thought that that was real, y'all. And look how courageous she was. Look at the courage. Look at the courage. She stood directly in front of her man and shielded him. And you tell me that black women don't love black men. What black women are you talking about? And with that being said, Dan, you got anything else to say? What up, Yeti Black?
Yeah, but that's extremes. Cause
Yeah, yeah,
some black
and yeah,
women to
that's
defend their men would jump on the cop.
yeah, exactly.
I
That
don't know
was
if they had
stupid.
the safety on them
That
guns.
was. I'm sorry, that was a dumbass proposal. You could have thought of things better than that. You could have took her to a restaurant or a damn, I don't know, Chuck E. Cheese, something other than that.
Mm.
Okay, that was dumb.
To me, it felt like he was testing her to see if she was a ride or die chick.
No, see, that's dumb. You
Emphasis
don't
on
put
the
your woman.
die part.
And think about it, is he putting her through this stress, knowing it's fake. She don't know it's fake. She think it's real. That's why I chose to show this video. She wasn't playing, and she shielded her man from the police. Basically saying, if y'all going to shoot him, you're going to have to shoot me first. I don't see y'all doing that. I don't see y'all out here doing stuff like that. You don't want to get me
Um,
started on that. Well, you
yeah,
can catch
no.
me on Gangster Talk
If
for
a
that one.
black woman had planned something like that as some sort of surprise or prank,
Uh,
they've been screaming up and down about you putting a black man in danger.
Exactly.
Hmm.
He put a black woman in danger.
Because with cops having itchy trigger fingers, having accidental shootings.
Right. All right, y'all. We'll catch you next week on Gent Culture. Thanks for showing up and showing out. We'll see you guys sometime this week on Gangster Talk. And hold those questions, Deacon Dave, because you can come talk to me then. And if y'all have questions about today, catch me on Gangster Talk. All right. All right, Dan, you got the music.
Yes.
All right, drop it. All right, y'all. Peace, power, and unity. See you next week on Gen Culture.